Ever struggled to know when to send appointment reminders? Well, in today's video, I am exploring how and when is the best time to send appointment reminders to make sure that people show up for their appointments. Well, it's Tom Jackobs here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I certainly do appreciate it. If it's your first time here, we're talking about presentation, performance, and profits, the 3 Ps to building your business. And this is really great for service providers and practitioners who want to grow their practice a lot better and help more people. If you want to get more videos just like this, just go ahead and subscribe on the button right there. That way you get notified every time a new video is posted. Let's dive right into it. Why appointment reminders in the first place? Don't people automatically just remember all of their appointments? Well, I wish that were the case. It would make everybody's lives a lot better and probably put me out of business. You have some appointments already on your calendar. Well, congratulations. And this video is really focused more on that first appointment, that sales appointment. You might call it a discovery call, impact call is what I call mine, or a strategy call, whatever it happens to be. Basically, it's that first appointment where somebody gets to know, like, and trust you and ultimately purchase your program. So you have these appointments. Now, what do you do with them? How often should you follow up with them to make sure that they actually show up? And what mode of communication is the best? These are all questions I get all the time from my different clients. And even for the clients that we do the appointment reminders for, we set up some automation to make this a lot easier. And I want to share that with you today. And of course, you know that having appointment reminders is super important because that is how you build your business. And if people don't show up for the appointments that they booked, number one, you don't get to help them. But number two, now they've taken that time away from somebody else that you could be helping at the same time, or just taking that time away from you so you could be doing something else with your life, like maybe spending more time with your family. My team at my call center has set thousands of appointments for different medical practices and fitness centers. And so we've kind of perfected a way of making sure that people actually show up for their appointments. And the industry average right now is around 60% show up rate. So if you're doing better than that, well, that's great. If you're doing less than that, well, then maybe some of these things need to be implemented to make sure that you get a much better show rate. First of all, you need to send a confirmation email immediately after somebody has booked the appointment. And in that confirmation email, there should be an easy way for them to add that appointment to their calendar. Now, if you're using an appointment setting system like Calendly or Acuity, and I'll link down below some links to different resources that I've used for my business, and hopefully it'll help you as well. These systems will automatically set this up so that it sends out an email confirmation and it has a link in there so that they can just add that calendar appointment to their calendar. It makes it super, super easy for them to just add it to their phone, and now it's on their calendar, and they'll get the reminders as well through their native calendar system. Unfortunately, what I hear is that just sending that confirmation is the last thing that most people do. And they don't send an email reminder, text, or even a phone call prior to the appointment. And they actually expect somebody to add that appointment to their calendar off of just one email. Unfortunately, a lot of people will just forget that appointment, or they'll forget to add it to their calendar. And so it's really important that you add some other reminders in there in different modes of communication so that that person gets the information and actually shows up for their appointment. Now, one point here is that you don't want to schedule these appointments too far out. The ideal is within 3 days. Ideally, actually, the next day would be when you'd want to set the appointment. That way it's still fresh in their mind. If you go longer than 3 days out, then most likely the lead is going to cool down a bit, or they're just going to forget. Something else is going to pop up. You never know what's going to happen in the next week in the world these days. It's really important to keep those appointments super tight from the moment that you speak to them to the moment that they come in or do the virtual consultation on the phone. So now let's just work backwards from the actual appointment date to when they book the appointment. Let's say it's Tuesday at 2 o'clock is when the appointment is. And let's just say that it's a phone call for this particular example. If it's a phone call, a Zoom call, something like that, where it's a virtual meeting, they don't have to drive somewhere, you'll want to send a text reminder 10 minutes prior to the meeting. And it shouldn't just be like a blanket, your meeting is at this time. Add some personality into it. Like, oh, I'm really excited to speak to you in about 10 minutes. I'll be calling from this phone number, or here's the link for the Zoom. You want to make it really easy for the person to just click on something and go, rather than having to search, oh yeah, I had that appointment on my reminder, let me go through my calendar. The more hurdles that you make somebody go through, the less likely they are to follow through on it. So again, on that text message, make sure you have the phone number that you'll be calling from if you're doing a phone call, so that they recognize the phone number when it comes through. And, or if you're doing a Zoom call, have the link in there so that they have all the information right there at their fingertips, so that in 10 minutes, they'll show up for the appointment. Then for this virtual appointment, you have the 10-minute reminder, and then you also want to have a 1-hour reminder prior to. So 1 hour prior to the appointment, send another text message that says, this is when your meeting is. I'm really excited to talk to you. Here's the information that you'll need. I'll just check in 10 minutes prior to the meeting, make sure everything's still a go. And that's really simple, right? 1 hour before and 10 minutes before. And that's great for virtual appointments. Now, if you actually have a physical appointment, 10 minutes before, they'll probably be on the road coming to you. So you want to move that back to maybe 30 minutes. Depends on how large your city is, but maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm really excited. I hope you're on your way. If you need directions, here they are, and include directions on that text message. It might be a little bit long, but that's okay. You want to make sure that they have all the information necessary to actually show up for that appointment. And then 2 hours prior to the appointment, I would send another text message saying, in 2 hours is your appointment. Can't wait to see you then. Obviously, if your appointment is first thing in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, you don't want to send something at 5 o'clock, but maybe more like 6 o'clock, an hour before, or 5:30, depends again how large the city is. But you do want to make sure that they're awake and they're going to actually show up for their appointment. If you're doing appointments in the evening time, you should probably add an email the morning of. So an email the morning of, 2 hours or 1 hour before the appointment, and 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or 10 minutes prior to the appointment is kind of that structure for that day of the appointment. So 3 touches, 2 different ways: email in the morning and 2 text messages prior to the appointment. Now, the day before the appointment, you should send an email and introduce what's going to happen at the meeting. In that introduction, it should be video, is usually the best way of getting across your personality, and so they get to know, like, and trust you as well. But also that gives you the opportunity to add in a testimonial. Somebody else that's gone through your program that has shared their story, and you share that with the prospect. So now they're saying, okay, this is what I want. Obviously, this person can help me get to where I want to be. I'm going to show up for that appointment. So the day before the appointment, send a video telling them what to expect during the appointment itself, and then include a testimonial. And of course, you want to keep all the logistics there. How to get to the appointment, whether it's Zoom call or they're driving, give some directions, even a drive-by video, or even a dash cam video that shows coming up to the office. And so this is where it gets a little controversial with people. They think, oh my gosh, I can't send too many emails, text, or phone calls, because then they're going to get annoyed or think I'm desperate. Well, if you're adding value to those emails and to the text messages, then they're not going to be thinking that you're really desperate to get them to show up, which you want them to show up, of course, but you also want to get them a little educated on what you do and how you do it. That's why the day before, you want to send that email with a video attached to it that says, this is what you should expect during your meeting. And this is a testimonial from somebody that's gone through, or you can call it a case study or something like that. And then each day you should be sending an email leading up to that appointment. So if it's only 3 days away, then you send an email confirmation right away. And then the next day you send an email, again, describing a little bit about what you do, add some value, maybe to give them a little PDF or something that's going to help them start to solve the problem that they're coming in for in the first place. So as you're adding more value to them, they're going, oh my gosh, she really cares about helping me solve this problem. She's given me a recipe book. She's given me directions to the facility. She's shown me what other people have been able to do. And now they're going, wow, I really do need to show up. I need to thank this person for everything that they've given me so far and see what else they have to offer. And that, my friends, is how you get somebody excited to show up for an appointment. I like to call it the kind of the keep warm sequence as well. It goes hand in hand with my follow-up, follow-through process. If you'd like to grab a copy of that, just click the link below and I will send that over to you straight away. And if you'd like to chat about what's going on in your business, schedule an impact call. The link is down below. I'd love to chat with you about your business and how I could help you out. Well, I hope this video was very helpful for you. It was certainly my pleasure to deliver it to you. If you'd like more on presentations, performances, and profits, then please go ahead and subscribe to the channel right there. Give me a thumbs up and make some comments down below. I certainly appreciate it. Plus, I have some other videos that I would love for you to watch to increase your business. One right there and one right there. So go ahead and click on those videos and get some more education. And until next time, you have a great day.